This is Planckera, and welcome to my universe. So, today I want to try to finish off the whole backside. We'll see if I can. And just looking at it, I'm pretty sure the first thing I have to do is turn the feet around. I was procrastinating on that hardcore last time, but I don't know. When I looked at things this morning, I'm just like, the angle of the backpack here is off in a lot of ways. I'm pretty sure it's just the wings that are off. I feel like this head is turned the wrong direction. I think I need to move my center lines over and just a bunch of other things. And I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get all of that just right until I have her stance correct. So the first thing I want to do is turn those shoes around. All right. So first thing I'm going to do there, I'm going to go hide the wings. And then I'm going to start taking out all the things that will not exist on the backside here. I think part of the shoelaces on this foot might show a little bit when I turn it around, but I know none of the ones on this one will. So I will just go ahead and clean that up right away. And I think it's fine if I just erase all the white lines too. Okay. And then I know that just with the way feet work, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to adjust like the location of the feet here. One of them is probably going to have to be a little bit higher, one of them a little bit lower. And there's going to be some stuff there. But I'll start with this for now. I'll go ahead and start with this foot because I think it'll be a little bit more straightforward. So let's see. Just taking a moment to think before I really dig into things. Trying to think about how the backside of the shoe should actually look. And I do think that there's going to be like a little bump in the middle. So it'll be something like this. I see this kind of pattern on the shoe that I had in mind. I see it a lot. And I think it will actually be tan and not white. So I'll get that and gonna clean up a few other things and, you know, just getting the easy things first. I do like working like that. Okay, and then this little bit that I had kind of wrapping around the front there is now going to be doing something a little bit more like this. It's going to be... Oh yeah, that's right. You are alpha locked. Okay. Well, I'll just draw it in tan on this layer, and then I will fill it in with white on the other layer. One thing at a time here. Okay, so something like that. Okay, and then I can just kind of go from here. This will help a lot, I think. Just get that back portion on there, so now I kind of know where her heel and whatnot is, and then I can start turning around the toes. I do think part of the toes will stay showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that part in shadow. That's like right over here. Okay. And then these little gray parts on the toes are going to go away. They will not be showing at all. The backside of this, the blue part, will also be going up considerably. There's, you know, a little bit of a heel here. But I'm going to hold off on drawing that part. And first, I'm just going to go ahead and draw the back of the heel here. So there we go. I think that's mostly turned around now. I do need to adjust the bottom here, but yeah, I feel like that's mostly turned around. Okay, so let's adjust that part. Now, about how big is it? How big is it, like, relative to the toe here? Goes maybe halfway through it, so I want it to be like here. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I think that's fine. And then there'll be like a fairly sharp turn downward there. And then it'll connect to the front. And I think it'll go something like that. Yeah. That seems mostly correct here. Again, lots of other little shapes are going to have to change. I think this needs to be like more square. Right now it's pretty round because it used to be a toe. And now it is not, so I will kind of have to square that off, but I will do that in a little bit. I think this is a pretty good start. Okay. So I'm going to need this part to kind of come back out like this. Kind of make the toe recede into the distance a little bit. And then I will just kind of clean up the sides here. And I don't think this tan part versus this shadowed part is shaped quite correctly. So I'll want to adjust that as well. This is one where I can't quite keep everything exactly the same shape. That's... I don't think I like doing it as much as I can because I think it really makes it look like the character is turning around, and I like that. When I can keep as much of it the same as possible. But there are some parts where I just don't really feel like it's possible. The feet are one of those areas. That's not to say that I think it's impossible to make it look like she's turning around with the feet there, but rather that in order to make it look like she's turning around, I have to change a little bit more about the feet than I do some other areas of the body here. Okay, so I think that's a start. The goal here isn't to perfect the feet, it's just kind of get things started well enough that I understand the stance, and then I can figure out what's going on with her backpack. Because the backpack is actually the first thing that I would like to finalize. And there's just something a little bit funky about something about angles there, and I just feel like being able to see her feet not turning the wrong direction will help me figure that out. Alright. So now I can do this side. I say and I stare. I do feel like feet are easier to draw from the side, but when it comes to turning them around, it's a little bit more complicated. So I'm trying to think about what needs to change here. And oh boy, does it require thinking. Okay. So first off, this piece is going to be on the other side of her ankle. So it's not completely gone, but it's doing something more like, let's just completely cut this off. Doing something more like that. And if I take the shadow color here, that'll sell the illusion a little bit. And then, what do I think the back of her heel is going to be? Okay. I'm going to start cleaning up areas that I know will not be there. Her entire toe is going to be in shadow, so I'm not going to put any of the details there. So let's just get this all nice and out of the way. And I'll go ahead and redraw the white lines once everything is done. And I'm pretty sure that the shoelaces on this side will not show, so I'm not going to be super neat about it. And again, not concerned with the details yet. I will go draw those later. But I just want to get the shapes. So now I gotta think about that. How is that gonna work? So our foot's still going to the side. Ooh, thinking in three-dimensional space is hard. Give me just a moment here. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think long and hard here. Maybe I'll doodle off on the side. Sometimes that helps. Okay. So, got foot. It's not exactly side view, right? It's, kind of coming this way and this way. The box is like this. With the shoe kind of coming out. It's not this high, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Just whatever shape's gonna help me figure it out. Okay, so we got something like this, right? And so now I want the toe to be facing the other direction. Which would mean that the box we see this side of the box now. So if we have that side of the box showing now, so if I think about it like here. So if this is like the back of the heel. Then it'll be going forward like this. I'm not really worried about proportion or anything. I'm just thinking about the perspective here. Then we come up. There's like the top, and there's the toe. So what I want to do is basically switch the long side and the short side. Right now, the long side is coming towards us, the short side is going away. I want the short side to be coming towards us and the long side to be going away. Okay, I can think of it like that. Because, yeah, if I think of it in terms of more like two-point perspective. So we have the short side here, the long side here. Here's where they meet up and start diverging. I just want this side to be coming towards us now. So the short side's going to be over there. It might be easier to just redraw most of the foot, honestly. Okay. So I'll keep this. And then let me try to think a little bit more three-dimensionally here. I'm going to put one side. So this will be the short side facing towards us now. So at this point, the rest is going to start turning this way. And kind of going into the back. And we do not see the toe. Okay, so if I do something like that, and then I'm just gonna get rid of the shoelaces for now. I think I'll have to redraw a lot of this. It's fine. Okay. And then the very back is going to be somewhere right around here. I'll just go ahead and put that in shadow to make it easy to understand. And then the rest will come out kind of like this. We'll have a toe kind of more over here. And this part is going to be going more this way, but that's not quite how I can draw it. Let me just start filling in stuff here. It's getting there. Don't worry about it. Things are going to look weird for a little bit. It happens. Okay. There we go. That foot looks pretty flat on the ground, I think. Maybe it needs to come out down just a little bit more on this side. In fact, I think I'm seeing it well enough that I don't need my doodles anymore. Hooray for rectangles. Rectangles make everything so much easier. Okay. And then I'm gonna flatten over here. Straighten out this way. Okay, then we see a little bit more of the ball of the heel, and I think that is sufficiently turned around for me right now, and I'll go ahead and make the rest of it look good later. I guess I want to make sure that the proportions are right, because I did kind of have to rearrange everything about it. So, okay, I'll spend a little bit more time. I convinced myself. Okay. I should at least spend enough time getting some of the key landmarks in. We got the tongue of the shoe here. I think that that's fine. I don't think I really have to move it at all. And how did I have it looking again? Okay. I wanted to check the angle on this part that wraps around the foot. It goes upward. Do we see any of the center? I do think we see a little bit of the center. So I'll go ahead and plop that in. Just a little tiny bit. Okay. And now I'll go figure out the toes. I feel like it's a little bit long. And do we see side of the toes? I believe we do, actually. So I think it'll do something like this. I'm not going to put any detail on the toes, but I do think that we see just a tiny little sliver. And with the way I have them drawn, I think it actually goes like this. Okay. Looking good, I think. And then we have the white part there. It'll go up and around and all that good stuff. And I think it just does something like that. I am not quite satisfied with this part. I think it's a little bit too... I think it's just sticking out a little bit too much. I do have to remember that it is a heel and not a flat sneaker, so I need it to slant upward a little bit more than I think is necessary. Okay. And let's get this blue line in there. Okay, and I think that is probably sufficient. Yes. So, okay. So sufficient level of general cleanliness. I will put the wings on later. I do not think that they are important to the structure of the shoe. So I will do that a bit later. And then I just want to make sure that I have the slope of the heel right before I move on. Okay, so I think I see how it works. I think I had this part a little bit big. And also not nearly straight enough. And then it needs to slope a little bit more like that. And just kind of go down. There we go. No, that's sloping at the wrong angle here. There we go. Making sure I understand the structure of my shoe here. Because it doesn't reach it about, reaches it about halfway. The slope is straight and then it goes down. There's no real taper there, and it also doesn't slope. The slope doesn't end on the back. It ends, I don't know, maybe like a third of the way through. So, oops. That's right. I also need to delete that. I don't need it anymore. So let's see. This part is the back, but it kind of goes out from the back and then slopes down. Yeah, kind of like that. That seems pretty accurate to me. And in fact, I should fix it on this side too, because it is not just on the back. And then the slope will be a little bit steeper looking here. Okay. And then I think in all my rearranging, I made this foot a little bit smaller than I should have, so I'm going to make it a tad larger. And I want to make sure that it is lined up with the other foot too. So I think I'm going to raise this foot just a little bit. Okay, I think that is good. So there we go. I have turned around the feet. I have not cleaned them, but they are turned around. I can understand her stance now. So now I can go back and fix some of the other things that I was concerned about. And that was the location of some of the part here. Let's see. I guess I will have to just do the entire hair, and that's fine. I can do that. Because I have the shadows on a few different layers. So let's go ahead and turn this off to the side a little bit. Try to keep the direction she is facing a little bit more consistent. And I will perfect all the shapes and whatnot when it comes time to actually work on her hair here. I want to do the backpack first. Backpack is my first priority. It's kind of sitting on top of everything. Okay, and I think that is a lot better. So there we go. Now she is facing the right direction, and I can see just how far off my wings are. Because, yeah, they don't quite feel right. So that's going to be my first order of business. Of just get the little wings on her backpack looking much better. Just thinking about how to do that. I think I can just do it kind of like this. It's a little hard to see, so I'm going to go ahead and just color in this one so I can see a little bit better. And I'll make the top of the backpack dark again so I can see a little better. But that does look a little bit better. I don't think it's quite on there still. So I'm going to continue to make a few adjustments. And she doesn't need a head right now while I adjust this because the hair is also kind of getting in the way. So let's cut it off for the time being. She'll get it back later. It's not like she needs it right now. It's fine. And I will perfect these little wings. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, and then I think the last thing I really need to adjust here is this little circle. I want it to be a little bit less perfect so that it looks like we're seeing it from the side. Okay. That looks a bit better. I will naturally have to adjust the shading and stuff here, but I'm not super concerned with that yet. I just want to get the angle of the wings right, so it looks like that they are sitting on the top of the backpack here. As you know, for a little while there, they were kind of looking like they were at a weird oblique angle, and we're not going the same direction as the backpack, and well, you can't have that. Can't have that. So I'll just kind of go ahead and perfect that. Okay. Yeah, that looks like it's doing a little bit better now. Okay. Yep, that looks so much better. I am pleased. So I'm gonna put a few shadows on this to check before I start smoothing everything out again. I think this one should be a little bit rounder than that guy. But it should still be, I don't know, just like it shouldn't be perfect. It shouldn't be a perfect circle because we are seeing it from this side. And in fact, I probably want that shadow there to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and change the shadow on the backpack to an even darker purple. And I'm going to try to use it incorrectly, but let it show a bit of perspective here. I know it's technically the wings that are supposed to be casting the shadow, but I think I lose a little bit of perspective if I don't do it like this. I want it to be a very boxy looking. And then I'll put a little dent in here just to show that, yes, it is caused by the wings, even though I'm being particular about showing the perspective. Oh, I didn't actually get this shadow properly parallel here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, some things are changing a little bit from the front side, but again, I think it's fine. I think it still looks very firmly like I just turned this around. So I think I am still in safe territory. I'm going to go ahead and continue to check my work by putting in the shadows that I think are necessary. So we see the side of this part of the wing. So I wanted a shadow there. You know, the very thing that convinced me to use a different color for the backpack shadow there. Then over here, this is more of a cast shadow. So I don't want any on the edge of the wing there. Whereas on this side, we are seeing the side of the wing here. So I do want it to kind of extend into the wing a little bit. I might even use some of the really dark purple in order to better show this. But yeah, something like this. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the shadows while I'm in here. But I don't think I'll have to redraw most of this, so that's nice. I'll just have to clean up a little bit more thoroughly. Okay. Let's go ahead. Start putting the rest of them in here. Still just letting myself be kind of messy. It's all good. Let's see. I think I want this one to be a little bit thicker. I will adjust the outside accordingly for anything that I say to that. Because there might need to be some adjustments made. That's why I'm still keeping everything pretty loose. Okay. That looks pretty good. And I think that these are lined up pretty nicely. At most. I think I might need to push this side in just a little bit more. There we go, just getting the shapes a little bit better here. And then from there, let's go ahead and shade these little buttons a little bit better here. To kind of help me figure out the size and direction a little bit more accurately. So I think this one needs to be a little bit further to the left here. A little bit thinner like this. And I think that this one needs to be just a little bit higher and a little bit thinner. And then on both of them, we see this side. And they are quite thick. So I will make the shadow for them nice and thick too. Oh, this is... yeah, more of the shadowed area, as opposed to like a cast shadow or something. So something like that. How's that looking? Pretty good, I think. Okay, before I go and smooth everything out, I'm going to finish decorating the rest of the backpack. Just as a way to look away from the wings for a second so I can go back and give them a second look. And make sure that I am actually satisfied. Okay, so I think the next thing I want to do is all these little threads. Because I think I liked the little design I had for them there. So we'll just go all the way around here. And I think at the angle I have for this pouch is looking pretty good. So there we go. We'll go all the way around here. I'm not going to worry about shading just yet. I'm just getting them down. And up here. And over here. And up here. Just gonna go all the way around everything. And there will even be some up there. They're just mostly covered by the wings. Okay. I'm making a separate layer for some of the other decorations I got going on here because there are some things. I just felt like it was a little bit too simple for a while. So I wanted to kind of do something about that. So things got a little complicated. So anyway, I'm going to draw the cute little doggy there, I think. I think I'll do that first. So let's look at his face. I need to learn how to draw a dog in like 5 minutes here. Wish me luck. I don't really draw animals, so... Okay. It's okay. It's gonna be a little cartoon dog, so it should be fine. Okay, so... Here... We got the pointy ears. It's gonna look way more like a cat until... I do something, I guess. I don't like it. I think it's fine for it to look like a cat. I need to figure out the difference between cat ears and these kinds of dog ears. Because to be fair, it does look fairly cat-like to me, but at the same time, like, I can literally just look at this face and it looks like a dog and not a cat. I think some of that might be the snout. I think a cat snout is a little bit different. But, I think there's probably something a little different about the ears, too. Art is hard. They do look maybe a little bit smaller and farther apart than cat ears. But I think that they sit on the edge of the head still, so I will just plop them down at the edge of the head, I guess. Just gonna try some things and see if I can make this look less cat-like. Because, I mean, I may not know how to draw dogs, but I sure know how to draw cats. I have drawn many a cat. Okay, and at the very least, the snout on Koromaru here is white. So I guess I'll go with that. So kind of around the nose. Okay, that's all right. Let's see, his kind of goes up into the forehead. Then I don't use kind of a black anywhere. So I'll just steal it from his nose. It's kind of a rounded triangle. That's maybe a little bit big. Okay, so something like that, and then I'd like to try to maybe draw the mouth open if I can. I don't know, could I do that like I would with a cat? I think so. Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit dog-like. I think I can make that work. So then we have the red eyes here. Let me see if I can pick a good color without having to hide layers. And the eyes are in the white spots on Koromaru here. Looks a little bit demonic right now, but I think I can fix it. Okay, let's kind of start refining things now. And I'll just try to kind of perfect some of the shapes. I'll probably have to go back and look at Koromaru quite a lot here to make sure that I have all these things in the right place, but it's okay. Looking at the reference is pretty expected. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Like I said, dog looks a little bit demonic. I will want to fix that. But this is a good start. Okay. And I think I should make its cheeks a little bit less chubby, I guess. I don't think this is going to help make it look less demonic, but... I'll at least start kind of getting the shape of the eyes in there. Maybe give him a nice little highlight. Hopefully make him look a little friendlier. Okay, and then I will adjust the shape of the face just a little. I think I want to keep it pretty round and squishy. Because I think that will result in something a little bit cuter. And let's make his ears a little fluffy. And maybe a little bit of fluff on the top of the head, too. And maybe out here as well. Okay. And we'll put in a little happy face. And a little pink tongue. Can you tell I have never drawn dogs? I think I made the nose a little bit too big. Okay. I think I can make this cute. I think I can make it work. Let's make the mouth a little bit bigger. And then I will fix kind of the side of the head and the cheeks and whatnot. Put a little bit less space through there. And I actually don't think I like the furry bits that I have. I should make it a little bit more like a graphic design element. So more like something that you'd actually find on a backpack, basically. Okay, I think that's workable. Still got some changes to make, clearly, but, let's see. So if we're gonna make the dog look less demonic, like, that's too realistic. We want it to be bright and cute, like this. So we're gonna give him big ol' round eyes. Like, don't worry, it might look a little bit demonic for a little bit, but I promise I'm working on it. Let me see. What do cute cartoon dogs look like? What do cute cartoon dogs look like? That one's pretty cute. So is the problem that I'm making the eyes red and not black? Okay, I think I am figuring it out. So like the mouth there is not gonna be black, it's gonna be pink. I'm gonna put a little pink tongue in there. And I think that'll help. Okay. I think I have some ideas. I need to make everything just big and squishy. Yes, we will make everything big and squishy. Okay. Okay. I should have gotten the color before I erased things. There we go. Okay, let's make this more adorable. It's been a while since I've had to draw something like this, so I didn't quite remember how to do it, so I was just like, okay, what do dogs look like? And that was not the way to go. Oh, go figure. Let's give him some chubby cheeks. And some very, very, very large ears. It's like what I drew probably looked more like Koromaru, but this is cuter. Now I just gotta make everything rounder. A lot of my style is very angular, and I think that's why I have trouble with cute things. And why I think I'm better at drawing a cool thing. Okay. Okay. But I feel like I'm getting somewhere. And then if I just add some very bright specular highlights in there, and I soften up the nose a little bit. I think even the nose might be a little bit large. So I think I'm just going to redraw the whole thing. I do want it to be kind of big, but I have a vision. Don't worry. I have a vision. Okay, and then I do not have any pink whatsoever on this design. So I'm gonna grab it from the tongue here. And we're just gonna plop that right in there. There, and I even think it looks pretty dog-like. Okay, now I can make him a little fluffier. I gotta be very reserved, though. And restraint is maybe not my strong point, but there. That's enough. Okay, I want to adjust the white parts this way it follows Koromaru's design a little bit better. So we have some going up into the forehead here. And then some around the eyes. So I think that's good. And then I will put kind of the middle part of the ear in here. And it'll be kind of like this. And I can add a little bit of floof there too. So kind of like that. There. Okay, and then I think finally, I gotta put a line around it. Just one little black line here. Okay, and I think that's fine. So there we go. Yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I think I even add a few lines around the eyes here. I'm trying to stay firmly on the outside, because I don't want them to get smaller. If anything, I want them to be a little bit bigger. So, gotta make sure I stay on the outside. Okay. And I'll go ahead and add a little shiny spot to the nose. It looks incredibly derpy, but I think that's fine. I think it can look extremely derpy. Okay. And then I just wanted some text up here. I'll just hand write it. I'm gonna write it, and then I will size it to the backpack. This is me trying to have neat handwriting. It, could be worse. Okay. Because I am sure Koro could be a reasonable name for a cartoon dog mascot. Sounds reasonable to me. And then maybe a little bit higher up. There we go. Okay, so something like that. It's like one of my thoughts had some belts on there, but they may not be necessary. A little charm might be enough. Okay. I have to make this a little bit smaller so that I have room for a zipper. And I think it's also a little bit skewed. So let's skew that back out. Okay. A little bit more. Because I want to make sure that I have enough room for the zipper that's supposed to go across the top and actually, like, open this. Okay, and then there will be a little zipper thing right here. I think I'll just make it a basic zipper. And so I think that's fine. Okay, and then the last thing, if I want to add the belts, I can do the belts. I'm not actually sure if they're needed, though. I was worried that it was too boring and too lonely, but it doesn't actually look too lonely. And I think it'll look even less lonely once I add the charm. I guess I'll go ahead and put it on. think I'm gonna have another braided rope thing going on there. And just big enough that it hangs off the bag just a little bit to break up the silhouette of it a little. Okay. Yeah, and I don't think it looks really lonely. So I don't think I need to add more details. So I don't think I need those extra belts or anything, and there's plenty of blue with the little bits of thread that I have going around there. So I think this is pretty good. Okay. I still like the wings. I think that they are fine. So I'll go ahead and start cleaning this up. Yeah. And then I can go move on to the hair. Okay, well that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I was afraid that I was gonna have to pull all kinds of shenanigans to get that perspective to work out. No, I think this looks pretty good. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna start with the wings. I lied. I'm gonna start with the button on the wings, and then I will do the wings proper. Because I do think that the angle that all of this sits at will affect how I draw the rest of them. So let's get in there. Get in there and just make it all perfect. Alright, so I'm just kind of trying to pay attention to the perspective of the button here, since it is a pretty thick button. But I think I had it drawn pretty decently, so I don't actually have that much work to do here. Always nice. Always nice when I don't have that much to do. Okay, and I just want to change the angle on this side just a touch. I felt like it was a little bit too round. Okay, and I think that looks pretty okay. Alright. Let's see, do I like that? I believe I have it angled slightly off. That, on the other hand, is much better. Like I said, it was only slightly off. But nonetheless, it's good to fix even those tiny little mistakes. This side, on the other hand, I feel like is a little bit more off. So I will have a bit more work to do here. I do have just a little bit more work to do here. And I'm kind of trying to make sure that the circle looks like it's kind of receding into the background over there. I think I might have this part a little bit too thick, so I'm gonna kind of rein it in a bit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and I think that looks a little bit better. I think it's too big. Actually, I really hate the way it looks, so you know what? I'm gonna keep things simple for me. I'm just gonna duplicate the one that I like and move it over here. I think they are sitting at roughly the same angle. Okay. I should have just done that from the start, really. But now I should be able to get into the wings. And clean that up, make sure that all my angles are to my liking. And everything should start looking pretty good here. And honestly, I feel like this design is so simple that I might not even need to do any close-ups. I really just might do the front and the back here and call that good. It's like with QB, I added a few more decorations and stuff, but I don't really know what I would zoom in on. Maybe the cartoon dog character, but I don't know if I want to draw that again. It's like this is just a quick little reference sheet drawn for fun, so if there's stuff that I really don't want to draw again, that's fine. We'll see. We'll see how I feel once I finish drawing all this, but there's just nothing jumping out at me that I'm like, oh yes, I should zoom in here just to make sure people know what this part looks like. About the only thing is just that I want to do a view with the cardigan off. So this way people can see what her dress is shaped like. But that is basically it. Yeah, I guess that's worth doing. And a lot of the time I do tend to do a front, back, and bottom of shoes, but I'm not really sure that's necessary. They are very straightforward. And I still will want to put a little bit of shadow there. I just didn't like where it was sitting. So I'm kind of pulling it back just a little bit here. Kind of the same for this side. I just don't like where this part is sitting. There we go. And that's a little better. I still feel like there needs to be a little bit more on this side. Just a little bit. And here I want to smooth out these kind of blurry edges from all the transforming that I did. But I'm trying not to change too much because I think it all still looks pretty okay. Making the bottom a little bit rounder here. But that's gonna be the extent of it. Okay. There we go. I feel like right here is still just a little bit blurry, so I'm just kind of touching it up there. And then I can just focus on the other wing. So right now, I'm just focusing on the outside. And once the outside is nice and smooth and shaped the way I want it to be shaped, then I will lock the layer so I can't color outside the lines. And then I will go through and kind of worry about the interior shades. I don't really like to perfect them until I have the outside looking nice. I just find it easier to do it in this order. Because then I don't have to worry about coloring inside the lines at all. There we go. Okay, so I think those shapes are pretty good, and I realized that I should actually finish the buttons here, because they have those little threads in there. So I'll go ahead and put those in. But just the slightest hint of shadow for where they go into the button. And I will do the same with the threads themselves. These ones are a little bit bigger, so maybe I should have put them on a separate layer, but it's fine. I don't need much detail here, so I can just kind of do this. And it'll look great. I'm just kind of trying to think of which side we see, and I think it's like this. So, even that is probably more detail than I need, but it's okay. It makes me happy. So I'll just go with it. There we go. Okay. And now, let's just kind of shade the wings. Ew, alright, gotta stretch. My arms are kind of locking up. At this rate, I don't think I'll completely finish the backside. It's like... Oh man, the things that are left are kind of time-consuming, I'm realizing. Maybe finishing was a little bit optimistic. But... nonetheless, I will do my best. Alright, let's lock that layer. So I'm looking at the things that I have left and I'm like, oh no, I have to draw shoes. Oh no, I have to draw the pattern on the coat. Oh no, indeed. But it's okay, I will try. Let's see how far I can get. Okay, and then I still want some shadows kind of around the buttons here, just to give them a little bit of presence. Show that they're kind of sticking in there. Another case of it makes me happy, so I do it. Okay, and this is pretty straightforward. Most of it's already been drawn for me. So that is perfect. Just draw some kind of gentle tapering lines out there and clean up all the blurry spots from all the resizing I did on it. There we go. This side needs a little bit more work, but it'll be fine. So this one I actually think goes all the way to the edge due to the angle that we're seeing it at. But I don't think the other ones necessarily do that. Not necessarily. And I might need to adjust the edge just a little bit based on where I put some of these. That's okay. I can do that. It's only natural that some things, might need a few adjustments as they get closer to their final state, as I get closer to understanding their true form. Where I'm no longer making approximations, but are just getting everything exactly where it needs to go. So I try not to worry about it. Okay. All right, and there we go. I think that's it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's kind of perfect some of those threads there. I tried to be reasonably neat with them, but I want to kind of keep them a little bit more of a consistent width. I wasn't entirely consistent with that. Consistent width and a consistent length. And then I will color them. We'll let the ones in shadow be darker. Whereas right now I just colored everything with the same color. It's okay. It's good to get started somewhere. And doing it like that just makes things a little bit less complicated. It's funny, I can hear my son upstairs, and he is having a great time. He sounds so excited about something. I'll have to ask him about it when the stream is done. I can't quite make out what it is because I have my headphones on. But still, it's very cute. They are always just way too cute, I swear. Okay, so there we go. That's threads clean. Well, mostly. I still need to get the ones around the pocket, but it's most of the threads clean. I'm off to a good start. I'll take it. And just to keep consistent, I do think I will have a couple around this part here. And I see that I also need to adjust that little pocket. It is not quite right. There's some holes and some blurry spots. So I'll adjust him too. Okay. Let's see, I think I want this to be a little bit closer to some of those threads, make it look a little bit nicer here. Okay, yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. Might need to adjust that thread on the top a little bit, but yeah, this is fine for now. Before I color everything, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean up this zipper a little. Because once again, it is time to get something into its final state. That's always very exciting. Always very exciting. Okay. I'll do the text in a little bit. I think I wish to color the threads and the zipper before I do that. No particular reason, I just want to. And I guess I should actually get the colors on the backpack here. Get all my shades in. Now that I know where the wings are sitting and all that good stuff. Still being particular about where the shadow sits, but I think that's pretty good. And we'll put a shadow around both the pocket and that charm hanging off. Okay, and let's actually get this charm shaped correctly so that this way I know where those shadows should be. That seems important. Okay, and I don't know what font that they use for the text here, so I'm just gonna, once again, hand draw it in kind of a blocky font. See if I can. Oh man, this is gonna be too big. Okay. This seems alright though. Okay, that seems alright. My handwriting's not the best, but it's passable. Alright. I guess I'll just go ahead and finish drawing it. It won't be that hard. I just wanted another little braided rope here. So I'll just go ahead and do the braid thing. Pretty easy when it's this small. Doesn't need a lot of detail, so that should be fine. And then just a little bit of stuff to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. I'm also just thinking about where some other zippers might sit. I think there's one kind of going across the top, and I think it'll go down the side, actually. So I should draw that too. So this will kind of... There'll be a zipper that kind of goes most of the way down the side. And I can draw just another little zipper here. I say little, but the zippers on this thing are gigantic. It's fine. Okay. Let's go grab the shadow colors for all this. I don't think I really need a lot of details for this at all. Okay. Yeah, seems pretty good. Let's see, just while I'm thinking about it, I don't think it'll be at all relevant, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put the headphones there in shadow. And now, I guess, it is time to kind of smooth out my handwriting on the Koro. And I think that is the last detail on the backpack, actually. So I have a few shadows to smooth after I finish drawing this. But that'll be it. And it'll be time to move on to the hair. So what I want to do is just kind of square off some edges there. And then I want to try to line everything up with the circles here. There we go. That should be pretty good. I'll make everything just a little bit rounder on some of the things here, but this was the smallest letter. So that's why I cut things off based on that. And I think that's good enough for here. So let's go ahead and clean up the shadows right here. And then I can shade based on that. It looks like I don't need much shade here at all. There's just a little bit on this O here. And then just because I think it'll be a little bit cuter, I want to make it look like threads. So I will just put some thread-like shadows going all the way around. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. And I gotta keep the three-dimensional form in mind. I cannot just randomly put these down. Okay. I'll just spend, just a couple of minutes going through this. I'm gonna be pretty messy about it. But I think it'll be cute. I think it will be cute. Okay. And I think that's all I gotta do there, and I do think that looks pretty cute. So I think that is it for the backpack. There we go. Let's give her head back. They look a lot smaller. Or does the head just look bigger? I was looking at the wings, and they look a lot smaller than they do on that side. I'm gonna check the head and make sure I didn't change the silhouette at all. Nope, head seems fine, so are the wings too small? Let me check them. Yeah. Okay. That means I'll probably have to adjust some shading, but you know what? It's worth it. Okay, yeah, let's go adjust the shading there. I'm glad that I zoomed out to check that before I got any further. Actually, I don't think I want the wings covering the K. So I'll raise them up just a little here. I think I can get away with making them just a little bit higher. Yeah, I think that still looks good. Okay. And then all I really gotta do is put the shadow color back on there. Oh no. Somehow I accidentally erased something here. I'm not sure how that happened, but I better fix it. Okay. Seems all right. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. The wings were indeed just quite small after I messed around with them. And this does look a little bit more true to the other side. I don't know, does the backpack itself look a little bit small too? Maybe a little. Only a little, though. I don't think it looks too blurry, so I don't think I have to go around it again. And that does look a little bit better. Okay. Let's do some hair. So let's see, how do I want to go about this? Okay, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is color in the shadow shapes here a little bit more accurately. Okay, it's on this layer. So I just saw a little bit of a white kind of sticking out there. Didn't want that to be there. And then from there, yeah, I can kind of start seeing how everything fits together. I'll go ahead and put some dark shadow around here. And the layers are perhaps a little bit all kind of blending together, but it's okay. What's on what layer only kind of matters when it comes down to it. Okay. So now I should have lots of room to, on this layer, kind of start connecting everything. So I don't want to change the silhouette too much. I'll change it a little if it's necessary. Because it might be in a couple of places. But I want to avoid it as much as possible. And I'm going to put a few little baby hairs over there. And this does not affect the overall silhouette because this is the back of her neck, so it would be covered on the front view. So I can do pretty much whatever I want there. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I put all these shadows in there based on where they were on the front view. So I'm just going to trust myself that I did it correctly and go from there. Sometimes you just gotta believe. Because right now things are messy, but I don't think they're necessarily, like, inaccurate. And then at the bottom, I think I'm just gonna plop all of this in shadow here. Yep, that looks pretty good. Simplify things a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. And I can add more strands as necessary, so I can do what I want. It's all good. Unfortunately, I have a lot of this divided up into many layers. I'm kind of tempted to just merge it all at this point, since I have this part up at the top all good. So I think I'll do that. That will probably be a bit easier on me than trying to manage 3 layers with what's on each one being kind of random. The downside is I have to worry about all that over there now, but I can do that. It's all good. I still think it's going to be easier than trying to manage all of those layers. Looks like the hair is actually turning out to be pretty easy. I was afraid that it would be really, really hard. Because I personally find hair pretty time-consuming. Like, not necessarily hard, just a very time-consuming. It is one of the things that I'm still the slowest at. But I feel like this is going pretty smoothly. And frankly, I think I just need to show that this is all still very swirly. And as long as I have that, it'll be very convincing. Okay. And I'll just put a few strands there to make it look nice. And I think that is fine. I think that sums up what the back of this nonsense swirly hair would look like. So I'm happy. Okay, let's see. I've still got a fair amount of time, so let's go ahead and start cleaning up the coat. And I can start doing the pattern. And then I can see about cleaning up the feet. Who knows? Maybe I will get further than I gave myself credit for. That'd be pretty sweet. Maybe I can do it. All right, let's go focus. Let's go try to get this. It actually looks like I've already cleaned all this up. Yeah, I think I did. Nice. All right, so that means it actually is time for details, and I am, as always, terrified. So let's go. I'll do the easy one first, the stuff that's just on the sleeve here. Yay. And then there's the same texture just going around at the bottom here, so I'll do it here. I think I will use my darker color to put it over there, but I'm going to do that at the end. So they're all a little bigger over here, so it takes a little bit longer. Okay, so here we go. Fortunately, I don't think I have to be especially neat with this, so that's a plus. As long as I'm kind of following the form of the coat, all should be well. Okay, now I can get the darker ones on. I'm gonna make them a little bit more far apart. There we go. Ooh, and now it's time for the part that I've been kinda dreading. The braids. So I have to decide where they're going to go. I don't think I'm gonna do a view without the backpack, but nonetheless, I'm gonna hide it for now. Just so I can kind of start placing things. Oh, this has to go. I can't salvage any of that, I don't think. Okay, so I see that I have one that's gonna kind of come down here. And kind of sit on the edge. And then I know that another one kind of goes around the sleeve here, so I think rather than like this, it's actually going to be more like this, going around the sleeve, and then down the side. And then I think I'm going to have another one going down the middle. So it'll just do something like this. And then I think that's all the braids. So that I have this shape that'll follow that braid. I'm trying to be at least a little bit neat here so I don't have to do too much cleaning on it. I need it to follow the curvature of her back, though. Let's invert the colors so I can really see what I'm doing. I think it's fine for these to get lost a little bit in the shadows. Real knit kind of does that, and I'm just kind of exaggerating the amount that it does, and I think that's fine. Okay. All right. And now that's all going around. So I'm gonna have one more on either side. And then that should do it for that side. One more over here. And I don't think I'm going to add the kind of the additional lines until I have the rest of this cleaned. Okay, so like this. I'll go ahead and bring the colors back, and I'll put the backpack back on, and there we go. Now I can lock the layer, get my darker color here, and kind of plop in the spots that are going to be in the shadows here. Okay. Now that's left to do is to draw it. Well, here we go. Yeah, that was a little bit too messy on some of these, so I'm gonna have to go through and clean them. Oh well. I'll start with the braids. The braids are by far the scariest part, so. I think the center line is already, like, on the other side. I think it actually goes a little bit more like this. So this one will be easy to draw. Yay! I like it when my life is a little bit easy. Okay. And then this one has its center line running down the middle. I gotta bring this all the way down to the bottom though, because I didn't do that. So this one will be running through here. And I'll just put the little braid marks in. Okay. And then I feel like once again over here, I actually have the braid just going down the side. I'm gonna erase those. So where is your center? I need to take off the backpack for a second. Kind of doing something like this and then goes here and then you start kind of getting something like this. I think the center might just barely show right there. Okay. I think that's about where I want it. I shouldn't have drawn it all the way to the bottom, but that's okay. I can redraw those little lines a little bit later. And so now I just put in the little braid marks again. And then it'll be time to go slightly insane, rendering all of this out again. But it's okay. It's nothing I haven't done before, so I'm ready. Okay. Alright, got it started. Time to make it look good. I grow and stretch. Alright. Let's get that going now. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to the layer below and start making it nice and bumpy where the braids are going to be. And then after that, I don't really think I have to do much more than this for this side, actually. I just kind of flatten out this side, maybe make the light parts look a little bit nicer. That's about it. So this one will be nice and easy, a nice introduction, where I barely have to worry at all. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do the other edge too, because probably a good half of this one, maybe more, is gonna be kind of the same thing, where I don't have to do very much. So let's just knock out the easy ones, and then I can do the hardest one last. Sounds good to me. Sometimes I do it the other way around, but you know what? I don't have to if I don't want to. I can do it in whatever order suits me. Okay, there we go, and over here. I just always like making it all look a little bit more round, because when I get started on this, it all looks very squared off to me. Makes sense, because, you know, I do most of my sketching in square shapes. I find them easy to understand. Squares and triangles, just very straight things. But these need to be round, so I need to take some time to make them just a little bit rounder. And that's the main thing. Roundness. And due to the angle, I'm just always having it kind of stick out like this. Because this is like right on the edge of her code here. So I think it just always pushes this way. When you're seeing them straight on, I try to alternate. But right here, we're not seeing them straight on. We're seeing like the very edge. I think that they all just kind of go this way. There we go. And I think that's fine. So just one left. So good. The ones on this side were easy. Oh, I'm so glad. Drawing this many braids is a nightmare. Here we go. Let's get the last one. And then I can just... Oh man, those look so bad. Okay. I'll have to do quite a bit of cleaning on that. I think in my mind's eye, all I could see is, oh no, I have to draw so many braids, but it wasn't that bad. Really wasn't. Brain out here making things hard on itself. Brains are silly. I guess I'll just go ahead and do the center first. I think this is working for me, so... Then I can just do the rest at my leisure. Okay, and I'll have to fix the colors there, but that's all good. That's totally fine. I'm just trying to do this in steps instead of one by one like I normally would, and honestly, I think it's working. I think doing this might be a little bit faster. Just because I can kind of see what's going on a little bit better. Okay. Oh, is this not the same color? Should be. Oh, it's not. Oh, well, that's deeply unfortunate. Well, I won't tell if you won't. They're pretty close, so... I don't think anyone will really notice. So I don't really feel like going back and fixing it all. I really don't. And I think that they are close enough that it looks okay. Okay, and I think that looks all right. So let's go ahead and fix the colors here. Okay, and there we go. 3 rows of braids. Let's fix these little loopy things. Because yeah, I did not do this well. Oh yeah, it's looking like I'll be able to finish the coat pretty quickly. And I still have about an hour before I need to stop, and I think I can get the shoes done in that time. That's a pretty long time. So maybe I actually can make my goal of finishing the back view. And then next time on, what, Sunday? I can just focus in on making the sheet look nice. Do the view of the character without the coat on. And then just pick some nice colors. And call it good. I'll have to decide what I want to do next. I've been kind of in an illustration mood, so I might just do illustrations instead of just one. Just do one in a different style than the one that I'm doing of Rooney. I'll just redraw those. I do have a few styles, and I do have a couple of ideas for something that's more minimalistic. Okay, and I think that's all right. Let's go ahead and get the next one. It's so messy. I am paying for the me of like 5 minutes ago's laziness. It's one of those, if I was drawing on my own, I probably would not have done the pattern today. Sometimes you just get in those moods. Maybe I should have done the shoes first, but I just wanted to get all this done. And it's looking like I'm gonna end up doing everything anyway. I can only run so far from this. It would all catch up to me in the end. Oh man, there's so many. There's so many. Cozy sweater. Why must you be so detailed? Oh yeah, and I haven't even done this sleeve. Pain. Okay. And here I was, oh man, I'm almost done, and I'm like, oh wait, I have a whole sleeve. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. It's okay, stuff like this happens often. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood to draw certain parts, but If it's time, it's time. So I'll just do my best. Gotta fight my brain and say, no, we are sitting down and we are gonna draw a cozy coat. And I don't care if you object. You can object all you want, we're still gonna do it. Brains are rude sometimes. But I gotta put mine in its place. I won't allow it to be too lazy. Okay. I dislike this entire chain, if I'm being honest, so let's just try that one again. Let's just try that one again. This is amazingly inconsistent, but I think it's fine. We'll just pretend like it's due to the folds of the coat. Okay, now I can just do the colors. And that won't be so bad. See, brain, it was fine. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. And this just looks like a hole to me, so I better go fill that in. Oh no, it's just some dirt. Okay. Just some dirt. Okay, and there's that. So, for the last bit, I'm gonna invert the colors again and just add the few, like, lines that are left. Let's see, I probably want the dark one. I'll go ahead and just fix these. I'll do that first because it's easy. And then I'll take the dark one and... Actually, I should take the light one. We'll draw some slightly thicker lines through here. And as always, they don't really have to make sense. They just kind of have to fill in the space. And make it all just look a little bit more like there's more detail than there actually is. Basically, it's cheating. Cheating is extremely useful. Never forget that. Okay. There we go. And then from there, I can just color the parts that don't need to be that dark. Any parts not going through a shadow don't need to be that dark. Okay, and I think I want the ones here to extend all the way to the bottom, so I'll go ahead and draw that in. Same with here. Some weren't quite long enough. Okay, there. Now for the arm that I totally forgot about. So, let's not forget about it. Let's see, so how does it work on the arm? We have the bit going around, and then we have a spot there, which I think is going to be like more up here. So I don't think I'll draw it. And then I feel like the knit is kind of going down the sides of the arm, so we'll have one over here. that really the right color? Guess so. Okay. That'll be doing something like this, and then the other one will be like over here doing something like that. Seems good to me. All right. How many loops did I show? 2. I don't know if 2 fit here. Oh, I better make it work. Yeah, I'll be fine. I can fit 2 in here, no problem. Try to be a little bit less lazy this time so I don't have to do as much cleaning. Trying to be nice to myself of, you know, maybe 10 minutes from now, if that. Okay. So now I draw the braided parts. And once again, on the other side, we're just seeing the side, so that'll make things easy for me. I can just... whoop. And I even have it all prepped, so I already know exactly where to put my little whoops. It's already drawn for me. It's very convenient. Okay. Now just to make everything round. Then everything will be ready. And I can go in and do the feet. As I think nothing else needs changes here. I guess I should fix this hand. But that's like the only thing, so... yeah, and I think just doing it kind of more one step at a time like this is actually really useful, rather than doing it, finishing one little knit pleat at a time. Looks good faster. So I'll get this nice and wavy here. There we go, and then I can just kind of curl this part a little bit, and all should be well. Alright, there we go. That seems alright. I will go and kind of clean up just a little bit here. Just kind of perfect it. But for the most part, I think we're pretty good here. Okay. And the little rings there. Just stretching again. There we go. I actually think they look okay. So indeed, I did make them neat enough that I don't have that much work to do, so thank you, me of like 5 minutes ago. I appreciate it. I do. Okay. And now I can just fix colors and that'll be it. Okay, well that wasn't so bad. Finished it in no time at all. There we go. That is a finished sweater. Okay, so all that's left is feet. I guess I'll just go ahead and finish it off. I think this one's mostly done already, so I'll go ahead and start with this one. Oh yeah, and I haven't drawn the wings at all yet. Okay, but I will just go ahead and finish what I had planned here. Let's see, that shouldn't be shaped like that. Like this hangs down, yes. And it is nice and round, and then the top part here should stick up much higher. It's okay. What I had there was all just pretty quick and dirty. So that this way I could move on to the other things, and now it is just time to make this look nice. It is time. There we go. I think that's sufficient. Okay, and then it's just a matter of figuring out where all the toes poke out and just getting these last few details correct. Maybe add a couple of little shadows and folds here and there. Because I do think that there will be a small fold back here at the ankle. I think that looks a bit nicer. Okay, and this blue part. So this should come a little bit more out to the side. And then kind of go straight down. And I think something like that is pretty accurate. Let's see. I just want to find the right angle here. Where this part kind of goes back. And it might take me a couple of tries to get it. Sometimes it does. But now it is time to just make everything perfect. Okay, and I will draw little threads here. And I think I want some threads going up the back here. Make things a little bit more interesting back there. And now, wings. So it'll be sitting kind of out the front there and just kind of go back and just do something like this, I think. So it's sitting kind of out here, and I just let it kind of come back. Let's see, I don't like it. Let's try again. I'm gonna use hot pink so I can see better, and then I will make it the correct color. Oh, no, they're sitting on the... Perspective is hard. Keep the shape simple for now. And I think I want this to come a bit further back. So something a little bit more like that. Sit off on the side of the shoe there. And then this part will be cut off by the leg. But otherwise, I think this looks fine. Okay, and then on this side, it's probably connecting like right over here. Does it go out the other way? I guess it kind of does, huh? Yeah, I just need to liquefy this into submission. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Once it's moved into the right position, I think that'll look pretty good. Sure does. Okay. And I think part of it, once again, will be hidden by the leg. So I'll cut that part off. And now I can make it look nice. The buttons are on the other side, so we don't see them. I think I will just put the entire front part in shadow and get the little wings in there. Okay, and I think that's good. I think I need to make the toe a little bit rounder. But besides that, I think it's good. Okay. And then I'm just cleaning up a few angles here. I was about to say ankles, but no, I meant angles. And kinda just straightening out the rest of this. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Looks okay to me. Let's do the next one. Oh yeah, I guess I should actually shade it, huh? Yeah, that sounds important. I do not have this fully shaded. I don't have to do that much, but... There we go. Now we're good. Okay. Okay. Do another stretch here. Phew. But I think I'm well on my way. I actually managed to do it. I'm a little bit surprised with how long that backpack took. I thought for sure that I was going to run out of time here. But still got a lot. 1 foot left. Let's go. So, oh yeah, actually before I do that foot, I want to fix that hand before I forget. Let's see, that's going to be this one, right? Yeah. I will forget if I don't do it now. Fortunately, fairly simple thing. I just had a couple of holes. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh, I did that on this one too, huh? Okay, well, This should be in shadow, and I want a little bit of shadow around this thing. And I will even go back and fix that on the front view, because that should be like that. Oh, I have the front view expanded. Okay. There. I am going to contract the front view here. There we go. And I actually don't think I need this anymore. I was leaving it for backpack reference. And I think I'll hide my ideas there. There we go. So now I just have this. Ah, and everything feels so clean. All right, let's just do it. Okay. So I think I have all this shaped nicely. Oh yeah, and I didn't draw the white lines. Are there going to be white lines on this side? I think so. God, how do they work? They're like on the front. So I think we just see one, and I think it just does this. I didn't have a particular brand in mind. I don't know what the brand is. It's... I don't know. I had a picture in my mind, and so I just kind of drew it, and I rolled with what I drew. But there we go. I think that's the only one visible on this side. Yes, hello again, Tito. Welcome back. There we go. Okay, back to over here. Feel like it's a little bit big over there, so let's trim this back just a little. Okay, so this is the back of the foot. I apparently still have some residue from when I was fixing everything earlier. I'm not surprised, honestly. Okay, so I think it's something like that, and then I just draw all these little bits that are sticking out here and wrapping around her leg and stuff. Okay, and then this sticks out just a touch. Phew. But it is looking like I will be able to finish the backside today, and I am happy. Okay, and I see that at the bottom here, I have a little spot that needs to be kind of straightened. Okay. Now just a matter of cleaning up all these little guys. But it is almost there. Almost. So this side I think I'm gonna have to draw some shoelaces on. The other side I didn't, which was nice. But I do think I will need to here. Okay, I had it stick out a little bit too much there. So let's take that back. And there we go. I think that is roughly the shape here. And I'll go ahead and put in a few little folds because I think it looks nice. Okay. Now I should fix this top part. Where it kind of sticks up and out on the heel here, around the ankle there. And comes down a little over here. And due to the angle that I have this sitting at, I need to have it kind of extend off a little bit, just so it looks like it actually wraps around properly. So something like this should look good once I put the colors in. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think things are looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy. And it's nice knowing that this is the last thing. The very, very last thing. Okay. Let's go put in the little threads. And then the ones that I have going down the back, those should be in shadow. Okay. Now then, let's see. Yeah, I think I have most of the details on there, so I'm deliberately leaving the gray lines out, so this way it kind of recedes into the background a little bit, so that is correct. I still have to do the little wings. Still have to do shoelaces and the white lines. Okay. Let's go do the white lines now. They just kind of come out like this. Oh, wait. No, yeah, they bend the other way at this angle. Because this is how the foot is turning now. Okay, so I think that is good. And then shoelaces. So they're gonna do something like this. And we won't see the entire thing. Let them stick out just a little. And so this time it's not going to be one continuous connected line. It's going to be a couple that are broken up. And it'll come across the top there. And, I guess it probably looks something like this. Yeah, that seems alright. Let's go ahead and shade it. And then from there, I can get rid of some of the excess little threads here that are going to be covered up by shoelaces. Okay. Sure, works for me. Okay. There we go. And now I just have the little wings. Did I make these a little bit too small? I think I did. Let's make them a little bigger. I think I made them a little bit too high up, too. There we go. Yeah, now they look a little bit more on there, and... Actually, looking at it, I think I have the back platform a little bit too tall. Okay, I should fix that. everything else about it looks pretty good though, so I think I can just kind of adjust that. And everything else should just kind of work itself out. It's all good. Yeah, no problem. Okay, and I'll do the same on the other one. Because I think it's a little bit too big here, too. It's more like this thick. Oop. There we go. Okay, and adjust back there. That is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. A little bit more like what I drew over here, so that's kind of what's important there. Oh, I do have to adjust this, though. It needs to come all the way down. Very important. Okay. Let's get those little wings. I'm gonna break out my hot pink again because it's way easier to draw that like this, so... Let's go. I think it connects like right there. Let's see, is that about the right size? I think so. And whoop. Whoop. Alright. And then I think we see just a tiny little bit of the tip of the wing here. So I'll go ahead and draw it. Let's see. Not quite satisfied with the perspective on this guy, so we'll just beat him up with the liquefy tool until I'm happy. There we go. Liquefy makes everything easier. Okay. Then gotta get the shape of the wing here. I just want to do all of this in pink, since everything is so white over here already. And then I can make it white. Okay. And I'll drop all this in shadow here. Okay. And now I can shade the little wings. There will be a little round spot here, and we see the button on this one. So I will be sure to get that. But first, let's just get all these little wing spots in there. And this one's just completely in shadow, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. Let's get the button. Once I find my cursor. There it is. Sometimes Krita has trouble switching between my tablet and my mouse. Okay, and there we go. That is a foot. I do not think I have this toe big and round enough. I'm just comparing it to the other one, and I feel like it comes up a little bit more. This seems okay, though. Just gotta compare a couple more times, make sure I'm happy. Alright. I think the worst problems that it has is that it's just a little bit blocky. So I'm gonna make it a little bit rounder. Mostly just in the heel part here. I just felt like it was a little bit too blocky. Okay. But I think that's pretty good. I think that's better. So let's see, is there anything I feel like has to be adjusted here? Yes, leg. I pushed the foot up a little bit, so I just need to adjust the leg here. I decided not to include an armband since most of the characters do not wear the C's armband when they're just wearing casual clothes outside. It's for Tartarus only, and I didn't... So yeah, this is just, you know, what you might wear on the weekends when not facing life or death. So, I didn't feel like the armband was appropriate for it. I just decided to do a little nod and give it a little red bracelet, and then the little charm on the backpack instead. So the arm patch is not going to be there. Huh. I did not draw one of the wings. Or did I give this one an extra one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I just gave this side an extra one. Okay, I'm just gonna take out all of this then, and I'm gonna redraw that. Okay. Okay, so one cut. Yeah, I think this should still be all shaped okay. Yes. Yes. It's like I took the blue color used here from the evoker. I turned the evoker into headphones. That's kind of what it looked like to me. So I wanted to use the blue elsewhere in the design. So that's why there is blue. Less to do with it being Persona 3 specifically, and more just, I used blue somewhere, and therefore I wanted to carry it over into the rest of the design. 1, 2, 3... Oh, I did it again. Do I have the wing too big, then? I might, actually. Let's bring this back up this way, then. Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. There we go. That should look a little bit more symmetrical now. Actually, I don't think that one goes all the way. I think it only goes about this far. This one goes all the way, though. Okay, and there we go. Weird random thing solved, and I think that about does it. Let me just give it a good look over here. My inability to draw cartoon dogs aside. We'll see how I feel about that next time. I might try to redraw it, but I think it's okay. I think it's probably okay. Okay, but yeah, I think I got everything I want there. Feet look turned around. So I think it's all good. Okay. So I think that's gonna be the main bulk of it done, and next time I can focus on just making the overall thing look nice, and then some close-ups. I think the only close-ups I really want to do is just a view with the jacket off. So just like, let's see, where's my coat layer? Just like that. And I'll probably just cut out, like, from the waist up, since that's the only part that the coat really covers. And on the back, that would be without the backpack as well. So just, I didn't draw the coat on the, or the dress on the back, like I did the front, but same idea. Okay. And I think that's really the only detailing it needs, because this is a really, really simple design. And I feel like everything is really, really clear. So I'll probably just make the actual, like, rough and sheet part really simple. But that'll be for next time, because I think that this is where I will end for today. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.